Right, guys, how are you doing? I just back with another message. You need to make sure that you have your protection, okay? I mean, just a salty bath when you are heavily targeted and heavily targeted and gang stalked is not enough, because probably there is a spiritual attack behind it. You need to use your spiritual team as a first line protection. And after, you have to do warding in your house, in your personal aura, cleansing, purification, warding, protection, banishing, all kind of things if you are witch. If you are not a witch but you are religious, Christian or Muslim, they are really good protection prayers, protection blessing you can say on your house. Some of them are on YouTube, so you can put on a TV that for 2 or 3 hours is going on to cleanse up the air. Open windows so it can go out to cleanse up and bring in good energy. You have to be careful with people. What do you say to people, what you don't say. I just got home. I'm in my car. I will put this on, because when I get in my house, it's really difficult to download anything on YouTube. So I do it very quickly in my car. Sometimes I even have to go far from my house, because I think they did something, or internet box, something is attached to it, or modification. So I can't even use my mobile internet line to download something, or watch even something, or use the internet in my house. I'm not capable. So doesn't matter, because my sister anyway does not like to use internet too much, so she's happy with the TV if it's work. So we will exchange, I think, living space, because I will move to her place and she will move to my place, because I need to work on internet. So at her place they won't even realize when we exchange, so I can continue my readings. But unfortunately I won't be able to go on a miraclexistetarot channel, because if I go there, we can trace my internet connection. So time to time I will go and come to my sister's place, or we will exchange, so I can put some stuff on, or I send it in a secured way to my sister, so she can download it on YouTube, even if it's slow. But I just was here in a car, and I was really shocked, because in a village where I live, there are many single mom lose their children. They create fake proofs, fake accusations to have a proof that the social service would take their kids. And there is a group of women who's involved in this, and one of them just passed my car. And this woman has no integrity. This is a prostitute in reality, and a drug addict, and she has 2 children, okay? But she is protected by this group of I don't know, with a son couple on the top of it. So she should lose her children, but no, she does not lose her children, because she's protected. But what they do is they pick up on single moms, who are vulnerable, who needs help, and they fuck them up. Really, really fuck them up. I know a handicapped mom who loved her kids, and I'm sure they did some dark magic on her leg, because they used the same technique on me also. It's not an accident that I had so much problem with my leg, but for me it didn't take me down. I just walked with a stick for a few years. But this woman went down so much, and the doctors couldn't find any reason why. And I went to see her a long time ago, and her leg was really bad. All blue and swollen up, and she was not capable to work. And this is a kind of dark magic. And this woman was mentally a bit handicapped, but not too much. She loved her kids, you know. And they fucked her up deliberately because her daughter was really beautiful. I don't know what's happening now with them, but she finished up really far from here in a hospital. And her family, I think, took her back to take care of her. But her kids were taken in a foster home. And her daughter many times disappeared from the foster home, and I think maybe she got even pregnant. So I'm sure that her daughter was absorbed in this occult community in this village where I live, and probably they abused her because that was the aim. And they tried to do the same thing with me also. And actually there was a woman who moved to I just don't remember, because at this time I didn't realize what's going on. I was comic, but when I talked to her, she noticed me many times, and she said, "Oh, I will move to Bordeaux with my new boyfriend, and I lost my children. I don't have a right to see them." And I was surprised, because this is a divine feminine. I mean, this is a woman who's really a loving, caring person. And she had to accept that all the fake accusation, they put her through the same shit than me. And I don't know what happened at the end with her kids, but she had to give up on her kids because she had no right to see her kids. So I think at the tribunal where I live, there is something really stinky at the Child Protection Service, because this is many cases happening in Wilborn where I live. This is not one or two cases, but many, and they go on single moms or on family where there might be an abuse, so they can somehow get the kids out of the supervising care of the parents. And after they have people built in these foster homes to fuck up the kids, make them drug addict, and after get involved in this cult. So she walked away. I mean, Bordeaux is really far from here. I don't know how many kilometers, but I just don't want to make it up. But I don't know, 500, 600 kilometers. I don't know, but it's really far from here. Okay. And I hope at least she's happy, but I don't know how she deals with the thought as a mother and as loving she is, that she has no right anymore for her kids. And I think this group of people wants to do the same things with me. So I won't have ever any right for my kids. Actually, that is what my ex-husband presented in front of the judge. That I'm mentally totally disabled, I'm dangerous for my children, I should be locked up, I should have no right at all to contact my kids. Thanks God that the judge at this time did not accept it, but it's still a fight on my side. So if you are divine feminine, divine masculine, please help me and pray for me, or do rituals so the judge could make decision, or the right. If it's a corrupted judge, I don't think so, but if she is, there is a judge who would take her place who is not. But I don't think she's a corrupted judge. She just was misled with fake proofs. So if you could do rituals, if you are a witch or shaman, to help me to obtain real justice. I don't want to manipulate the judge. I have the power to do that, but I would never ever want to do it, because it has a heavy karmic consequences that will hit my children, and I do not want my children to have that. What I want is just a just decision that is based on a real fact, not lies, not manipulations, not power fights, but the real fact. Okay, so if you could do prayers or rituals so the judge could see clearly, so these dark people could not manipulate them spiritually or blackmail them, because that is one other technique what they use in a tribunal where I live. there are many judges are blackmailed practically to make decisions that favorize this couple or this group of people who's doing this illegal criminal activity. So you need to be aware of that. If you see people around you losing their children, there might be possible there is a similar occult group, criminal group activity is going on. You need to understand when they get kids out from foster homes, it's easy to get them out. If they get, my kids are educated, so they won't take any drug. I educated them. But even where I live, and it's not a bad place where I live, in a college, in elementary school, they giving, jelly beans and other chocolate and things like that infused with drug. A very feeble dose of drug. So they try to make the kids get used to the drug so they will have clients later on. Do you understand? So this is a real shit that is going in the US, it's going in the UK, it's going in France, it's going in Germany, Spain, everywhere. Everywhere. So you need to understand when there is a dangerous occult group who is spiritual, narcissistic, everywhere, their leaders or their members, and they're capable to do this kind of sex magic that is unfortunately a really horrible practice. They deformed it. Normally sex magic should be between wife and husband. Okay, well, something that is sacred, and it's help you to elevate your spiritually. But these occult people deformed it and use it really horribly, wrongly, and that is crime. Because these young ladies and young boys are kidnapped and used on these parties, on these orgies, and they drug them so they are not conscious what's going on. And unfortunately, many of these children finish dead and they disappear because they can't find it. So when, the foster home, what they can do there, they call the police, the police don't have any trace, they don't know what to do, how to find these people. So they gone. Children are gone like that. And their favorite place to get children from is foster homes, okay? Especially children, if these are girls, well, I don't know, there are all kind of sick people on these orgies, guys. So I can imagine there are pedophiles also. But maybe they specialize for girls who has already form and feminine, or if they are sick pedophiles. I don't even want to think of that. These are fucking sick people. You need to understand these people operate in villages, in small cities, even big cities, where you don't even think that it exists. You would think such a thing exists in a horrible place where lower educated people are. No, honey, most of the time the leaders are really well-off people and educated people who can reach out, who they know lawyers, they know judges, the police, gendarme, and not just a simple police or gendarme, but they both, okay? So you need to understand they build up a profitable business with this that brings very easily lots of money to them. And these people don't want to give up the comfort of the riches. That's how they can afford to live in a village or a city that is so calm, so nice, and you would never ever think there are crimes like that. So I'm telling you, be careful and watch out for your kids. If you can educate your kids, how can they can escape from a kidnapper. What is the drug, what is its effect, what it does with their life. If you can't take to somewhere where they can see, well, it's really drastic, but I show video on YouTube to my kids. The drug addict was talking about what they went through. Because, kids sometimes think it's a cool thing to take drug, to try it. And when they see real people have their life destroyed and have their life went down, and they understand this is a real shit. It's not just overprotective mother who does not want them to have fun, you know, because sometimes the kids get into drugs because they think it's overprotective parents. They don't want them to have fun and party. And you know, for young teenagers, sex is a new experience, drug is a new experience. You need to communicate about this to your kids. You need to teach your kids. There is a really good association in the US. Unfortunately, here in France does not exist. But if you look it up, I forgot its name. But they have a really good guideline on internet what to teach to your children if they are accidentally, but not accidentally, but it's if they are kidnapped, what they need to do. Because kids can be taught and they can be really intelligent and they can escape if they use their brain, and there are very clever kids out there, okay? Especially if you are starseed, probably your children are starseed also. So I'm telling you, I don't want to traumatize people here, you know, but it's better to give a certain education to your children than being afraid later on when they disappeared already. Do you understand? So it's really important that children knows that even if somebody they know come to them, oh, my mom sent me to pick you up and things like that, and they were not how shall I put this? Nobody told them it will happen. They say no. They stay in a school until really they can talk to their mother or their father on a telephone, okay? So I'm telling you, you have to prepare. Well, in this organization, they say you need to give passwords to your kids. So if somebody goes there and say that your mom sent me to pick you up, your child needs to ask what is the password. And if they don't know, they don't go anywhere with them. Do you understand? That is a really good idea also. And there are other techniques. I won't tell that now. Now I use developed techniques also when my kids were with me, that I learned from a policeman. But so they won't be kidnapped. But I'm telling you, today we live in a world that is extremely dangerous, and there are many sick people out there. There are many sick people out there. You know that spirituality, yeah, it's a good thing. People are awakening. It's a good thing that people are using their spiritual gift. But the problem is that the dark side of the spirituality also is awakening, and there are more dark shit people who's doing dark shits. And because of that, these are sick people. A spiritual narcissistic is a mentally sick person. You need to understand a spiritual narcissistic person does not afraid to kill somebody, does not afraid to rape somebody. Because it's in their head, it's a ritual, and they don't understand what do they do. These are mentally sick people who needs help, medication, and maybe some of them even to be locked up because they are really dangerous for the public. So when they going out raping kids, and not just kids, but you know, adults, if they just rape somebody, rape is a crime. I don't care if it's an ex-boyfriend, you broke up with him and he drugs you and rape you, it's a crime. He has to go down with it. Do you understand? Don't come with that, oh, I forgive him anyway, we've been together. Honey, the rape is rape. If a man can understand when a woman say no, they have to drug you. They have to drug you to have a sexual relationship with you. There is a serious mental problem there. And that type of man needs to be locked up. Because that type of man does it to you, will do it to other people also. Do you understand? It's not just that because your ex can't forget you and love you so much. I guarantee you that man who drug you and rape you, I don't care if it's your ex-boyfriend, if he did that, this man is a criminal, and they did that to other people also. You need to be really conscient of the reality. I'm not saying to be negative, to pull down your vibration. No, honey. Just be conscient that we are not on a 5-day earth yet. Okay? There is lots of shit on this earth. Evil shit. And you need to be aware of that. Being aware or being low vibrational is two different things. After that is another level that some people can develop. Like me, I just laugh on them, okay? So my vibration actually rising up when they want to make me scared, because I don't know why, I just find it really funny. And maybe it's source who does that to me, so all the shit they put me through, it will just raise my vibration. I don't know, but not everybody has that, okay? Do not start panicking, being paranoid, or you know, don't develop some mental problem because of this, but be conscient, okay? Be conscient and educate your children. Don't make your children be afraid, but they need to know the reality, because we live in an evil world. This 3-day world is fucked up and fucking evil. Even if you are high vibrational, you have high vibrational friends, you don't know who can still attack you from outside, who is low vibrational and evil. And your children, because when your children go to school, when your children are out of your authority or your sight, they can contact with low vibrational people, even evil people. I'm not saying that evil low vibrational people are evil, okay? But it is possible they might get into contact with someone who will drag them into something. Do you understand? So it's really, really important, guys, out there, that you educate your children. Educate your children. And if you are targeted, you are gang-stalked, like this drug in the other video I talk about, be aware of that. Check out things on YouTube. They are really good videos. For example, I found a video that shows how to find a tracker, you know, where they put it usually to track where you go with your car. But if you find a really good garagist who you trust, they can do it for you, because now they are really minuscule, really mini trackers, so they can hide it practically anywhere in a car. It's really hard to find it. After, if it does not bother you, does not bother you, but if they track you, there is a reason why. They want you to isolate you, or they want to know, there's a reason, you know. But sometimes you just have to ignore it, because just to live like a crazy person because they want to drive you crazy with that there is no point, honey. If somebody's idiot enough to pay people to follow you, while if you don't have somehow access to a huge amount of money, or you have no high vibrational, I mean, you have no important gifts or destiny, but even if you have important gifts and destiny, usually people don't track you. It's usually money has to be involved. Do you understand? But if it's money involved, you are fucked up. I'm telling you, because bitches, evil bitches can get, who's money hungry, like this bitch who just crossed my car. This is a lazy bitch. This is a fucking lazy bitch. And she doesn't mind opening her leg to earn money. She doesn't mind doing crimes to earn money. And she has 2 children. And guess what? The social service does not take the kids away. And she's a drug addict. So a very low vibrational woman. And these type of people go and talk to your kids in a school. You know, when you go and get your kids, they will talk to you, they will want to have information about you, your children. You need to be careful. You need to discern people, okay? I love you all, guys, and be careful and focus on growing spiritually, raising your vibration, and you know, just like Israel did, building Jerusalem, protecting, fighting, and growing at the same time. Okay, guys, I love you all.